let us today understand very important example of share forfeiture. Here in this question we are going to do the forfeiture procedure of those shares which are already issued at premium and you are unable to collect money of that premium. As well as we are reissuing also these shares with a premium. So very important question from exam point of view. You need to prepare and go through this type of question. Question number 15, page number 61 of your textbook. Rustam Limited of Valsad issued 2,40,000 equity shares of 10 rupee each at a premium of 70. Altogether, company is collecting 80 rupees. In that 10 rupees premium, 10 rupees share value and 70 is the premium. The first call they ask at 3 rupee and 35 premium, so 38. At allotment they ask at 3 rupee and 25, so become 28. And at time of the first and final call, 4 rupee plus 10 is equal to 14. So application money, allotment money and the call money. If you make the total, 10 plus 70 is equal to 80. The information are given. All the sum due were duly received except the money due on allotment and the final call. At allotment as well as final call, you have the call money of 200 shares not received by the company. After carrying out necessary formalities, company forfeited the shares. These shares were reissued at 40% premium, fully paid up. 40% premium. So your forfeiture also entry will be with a premium not received and you are reissuing also with a premium. So at two times the premium entries are to be counted. Let us understand and start with the very first entry going to be that bank account debit to our equity share capital account. So the first entry, bank account debit to equity share application account, 2,40,000 at 38 we are receiving amount, so that comes to 91,20,000. 91,20,000. This is what you have received. Now this money you have received for two reasons. One is the share capital value, one is the premium value. So we are going to transfer both the amount to the respective account. Let us close our equity share application account debit with the full figure 91,20,000 to equity share capital account. We have to transfer the capital money with a 3 rupees, that is 7,20,000 to security premium account, that is with 35 rupee as per the instruction given to us. It comes to 84 lakhs. So the first entry, total money you have received for all the shares and you have transferred to the respective account. Now next we are asking for the allotment money. So that equity share allotment account debit to equity share capital account. See, allotment you are debiting with that 67 lakhs 20,000. 67 lakh 20,000. How this figure has come? 2,40,000 your shares multiplied with 28. To equity share capital you are asking 3 rupee per share. So that comes to 7,20,000 to security premium account, that was 25 rupee towards the premium we have asked for, so that comes to 60 lakhs. So this is what company has demanded. Now company getting the money less by 2000 shares. So your entry will be less with the 2000 share. This time we are not going to open the call in arrears account. We keep our allotment account open, and call in arrears new account we are not opening. We have learned two methods for at time of forfeiture. You can open the call in arrears, and you without opening call in arrears also you can do the journal. So the fourth journal, we receive the money, bank account debit. You can do it with both the ways. This is the first example in which we are not opening call in arrears. Bank account debit, that is 2,38,000, 2,000 less the person who has not paid money for the shares. So 2,38,000 into 28, so that comes to 66,64,000. To equity share allotment account. It means that your allotment account is open with this 2000 shares multiplied with 28, so 56,000. So this 56,000 we have still in our hand towards our equity share allotment account. Now the next we are asking for our final call. So the journal entry, equity share final call account debit. The total amount we are asking for 14 rupees, that is 33,60,000. 33,60,000 to equity share capital account. Share capital towards 4 rupee, 9,60,000 to security premium account, that at 10 rupee, so 24 lakhs. This what we are asking. Now, the person who has not paid 2000 shares at time of allotment, it is understood that he is also not going to pay for the final call. So our final call entry of a bank going to be less with that 2000 shares. So bank account debit to equity share final call account. That amount again will be less with the 2000 shares. 2000 into 14, that is 28,000. So you are getting 33 lakhs 32,000. Clear? So in this manner, your final call account also open with the 2,000. Now we do the procedure for the forfeiture. And after the forfeiture procedure, we are issuing again at a premium of 40%. This is what the instruction. So let us do the forfeiture procedure. We have to debit our share capital, that is equity share capital account debit with the total 10 rupees, 2000 into 10. So that comes to 20,000 rupees. Then you have that security premium also to be debited. So security premium account debit 35. How that 35 become? 25 of your allotment and 10 rupee of your first call. That is in this manner total 35 that you have to debit towards the security premium. So to security premium account 70,000 to, we have kept our two account open. One is, that is the allotment equity share allotment account. We have kept it open by 56,000. Here you have shown the calculation also of the 56,000. 56,000. Next account open is of a final call. So to equity share final call account that is open with 28,000. Here you have shown the multiplication 2000 into 14, so 28,000. And you have in your hand towards the forfeiture, that is 2 equity share forfeiture account, that is 3 rupee. You remember, of a first call 3 rupee we have received. So the 3 rupee what you have received of 2000 shares, the 6,000, that is your equity share forfeiture account. So this 3 rupee, how the 6,000 has come? 2000 share, 3 rupee at time of application you have received. This at time of application money what you have received, that total money goes towards the equity share forfeiture account. After this, we are going to reissue the shares. We are reissuing the shares at 14 rupees. How the 14 rupee become? 10 rupee towards our share capital and 40% is the premium. 10 rupee 40% means 4 rupee. So total 4 plus, so 10 plus 4, 14 rupee you are receiving from the new shareholder. So your bank account debit, total amount 28,000. Towards what you are getting? Towards the equity share. So 2 equity share capital account, that is 2000 into 10 means 20,000, and towards the security premium. So 2 security premium account, that 10 rupee, 4 rupee you are asking, so 2000 into 4, that is 40% of 10 means 4, that is 8,000 rupees. It means that total 28,000 rupee you have received towards these two particular reasons, equity share and the premium. So there is no need for you to use your forfeiture balance. The whole balance remain in your hand, which you are going to transfer to capital reserve. So your last journal entry become that share forfeiture account debit to you are transferring to capital reserve account. Which 6,000 rupee? Here 3 rupee what you have received. So 2000 shares at 3 rupee you have received. This 6,000, that total unused money, you are transferring to the capital reserve, 6,000 rupees. In this manner, there was no need to utilize any share forfeiture amount. So in this example, what you have learned? Number 1, you have kept your account open. Which account open? Allotment account and the first and final call account. These two accounts you have kept open and you have utilized it at time of forfeiture procedure. No need to use call in arrears account. And second, you have reissued at a premium. So when you reissue the shares at a premium, the premium also to be shown separately again as the premium account we are showing in earlier case. And whatever the balance remain, the balance to be transferred to capital reserve. So in this manner, this example is good example from your exam point of view. You have to revise in which 3 level of premium entries are there. Your call in arrears means the unreceived money entry is there and the forfeiture entry is also there. So revise this before the day of exam. It will help you. Thank you.